Hello everyone. We have gathered here to discuss some of the aspects that has to do with the effect of the pandemic on our daily lives here at the Hebrew University. We asked a few faculty members and students to share with us their thoughts, their experience, the way they deal with the challenges that this special situation has brought to us, and their wishes for this academic year. So we are very happy to have with us brilliant faculty members and students, and I think we'll start by each of you simply introducing yourself and share with us a few of your thoughts about this unusual period in which we are still living. So Muna, maybe you will start.
Thank you, Barak. So my name is Khoury-Kassabri, and I'm the Dean of the School of Social Work and Social Welfare and advisor for Minority Affairs for the Hebrew University President. And I think this period was very shocking and was like something that we didn't expect, especially because it's taking longer than what we expected. And when it started, we were all sure that it will be, at these days, we will be teaching regularly and working regularly. And unfortunately, we are now in October, and next week the academic year will start, and we will start it in online teaching. So I think this is one of the major things that we have to get ready again for it and rethink of our beginning of this year.
Yeah. Thank you, Muna. Menachem, please.
Hi, my name is Menachem ESTRYK. I born in Israel, and I learned before in the very religion, like yeshiva or something like this. After this, I go to do the mechina, and I start my...
You went through mechina after leaving the Haredi world. 2 years, 2 years of mechina and psychometry, and after this, I start to study medicine in the 2 years. It's hard for me because I have ADHD, and it's hard to sit in front of the computer hour and hour and hour. Also, in the past year, we do the dissection. In the medicine, it's very hard to do dissection without to do this really hands-on. Guy.
Hello, my name is Guy Harpaz. Like Muna, I come from Haifa. I'm a member of the Law Faculty and Department of International Relations. Last 2 years, I'm serving as the university's Dean of Students. And my personal challenge is to juggle between serving as a Dean of Students, serving as a teacher at the Hebrew University and teaching through the Zoom, and serving as a parent who has to assist his small child at home.
What was your main challenge as a Dean of Students in these
As
times?
the Dean of Students, I'm faced with this concern in the sense that I believe it is challenging enough to be a student of the Hebrew University in normal times, and the corona only exacerbates the difficulty, and it creates this potential risk of academic Darwinism, whereby the strong would overcome and the weak might fail. And when we speak about those who are more vulnerable, I can think of students who come from non-privileged socio-economic backgrounds, or students who belong to a first generation to higher education. And our role at the university is to address mainly those groups and try to alleviate the hardship and allow them to overcome the difficulties.
Hi everybody, so my name is JUANA BANA, and I am a PhD student in biochemistry and bioinformatics at the Hebrew University. And actually 2020 was my first year as a PhD student with a very
What did you study before?
Biochemistry, also at Oded Livne lab, and my first degree was in biology and chemistry. So I stayed...
At the Hebrew University?
Yes, all my degrees
Where are you from originally?
Jaffa.
Jaffa.
Yes, I'm originally from Jaffa. Actually, I'm an Arab Christian originated from Jaffa. I also a fellowship at the Neubauer family. Yeah, so it's also very important to mention. And as I said, this was my first year as a PhD student in a new project, and the pandemic affected us very hard, you can say. I have a computational and experimental projects, and as an experimental scientist, the fact that we can't come to our labs and perform our experiments blocked our progress in our experiments and in our research. Actually, the first quarantine, we couldn't come to the labs for like 6 weeks. Now in the second quarantine, we know better. So we know when to come and what to do and be more cautious, and we can still work although the quarantine, but still the fact that I cannot meet my friend, my colleagues in person, and everything had to be in Zoom. Courses I take, courses I teach, exactly. It's very difficult. I am teaching next week. The academic year will start, and I'm teaching a very important course for the biological student, and it's very. We don't know how it's gonna. Yeah, it's very challenging.
Okay.
We had a lot of meetings with the staff to try and understand how we can do it better. And in my experimental hands-on experiments, we can do it at home. We need all the facilities in the lab. I missed it so much, and that helped me remember why I am here, what I'm doing, and to love it even more. So,
to miss it,
Yeah, it's nice. So
good. Yeah, Muna, could you please tell us how this year has started? How was the first week of the semester?
I think it started good. Everyone was ready, and we prepared everyone before that for the teaching in Zoom, and most of our staff members participated in the training that the university offered, and also we offered another training for our staff because we wanted them to learn more about the clinical courses, how to teach them. So we offered a few workshops for our faculty members and for the TAs. And I think one of the things that we noticed that everyone is adapted to the new situation, but still everyone is talking how much we miss coming to the university and teaching classes and everything.
I think one of the really wonderful things that we found during this pandemic is the willingness of our students to volunteer, to take part in assisting others dealing with the difficulties during the pandemic. And Menachem, of course, is one of those students. Could you please share with us some of your activity during the pandemic?
First of all, I want to say that in my year, I can tell that I don't think he has any student that need help. All people help in the university, in my year.
But, so you see greater cooperation among the
students?
Of course.
I saw this before, but now it's really
yeah, it's very clear.
Yeah, very clear. Another thing, I went in MADA and I work 24 hours, something like this, with the people that has COVID-19.
In an ambulance?
In an ambulance, and to do the exams, and with a lot of things to connect with this pandemic. If we don't do it, no one will do it. So
you just volunteered working in an ambulance, risking yourself
or
to assist others?
I go from home, I go to some place to do the corona exam.
That's wonderful. Guy, your experience as a teacher, teaching through Zoom?
My experience was better than expected. I was very much concerned, both personally and also on
I should say that I teach this semester a course that I've been teaching for the last 23 years. And I've never been so anxious before teaching. It's preparing and making the efforts. So I'm excited about that. Your experience?
It is very different and difficult in the sense that you are accustomed to enter a class and see the eyes and see the students and see the reactions. And it's very different, and I'm actually looking forward to returning to the classrooms. And my experience as the Dean of Students at the beginning of the year is this tsunami of emails and phone calls from students. Many of them express concerns and hardships, but many of them also phone and write to thank us for what we do for them. Only this morning I got a phone call from a single mom, 7 kids. One of them is very much challenged. And she said she simply doesn't have the technology to start the year. And immediately we found some solutions, and she was very grateful. I spoke yesterday with a student who said that without our financial intervention, he would have become homeless in 2 weeks' time. So you get many phone calls and emails. Some are very grateful, some are very concerned, and it's a...
Yeah, the Dean of Students, the Office of the Dean of Students actually handed out close to 200 laptops, right, to students in need. And in the summer, we provided urgent financial support to those in need. But of course, the needs are much greater than what we have. And I think this is the main challenge there, right? Students, what do you hear from students? They cannot find work these days, right?
Yes, certainly the major challenge is the financial challenge. And what is concerning is that we are not speaking only about the regular students with the regular hardship, but the hardship also expands to normal students from regular...
Broader circles of
yes, exactly. So
it
actually broadened the circle of hardship, and it's very difficult with limited resources to
That's because
address.
It's harder to find job these days.
Exactly, or it's more difficult to return to the parents and ask for assistance when the parents themselves are not working. Yes.
JUANA, your experience as teacher so far?
Actually, it's very hard. I think as a teaching assistant, I was regularly teaching in a class with a student. I can see where I could see them and ask them questions and to see their faces. And now in Zoom, we ask them to open the cameras, but not always they can or they have the ability. And sometimes you feel like you talk by yourself. It's very hard, especially if the class is small and you have a few students. But still, we try to do it in our best way, to answer the question, to be more available for the students. We're giving them more information. They have our mails. They have places to ask forms in the course. And we adapted the course to be more accessible for the students. It's not an easy course. And so yeah, we hope that at the end of the semester everything will be more calm, and maybe we will...
Maybe we'll be able to return. Yeah,
I wish.
We expect that we will.
Or at least to do the exams.
Yeah. You know, we are experiencing a huge increase in the demand of students to come to study here at the Hebrew University. Can you speculate what are the reasons for this increase?
First, there are more awareness to the Hebrew University, to academic degrees from all places. I can say, and myself, when I started 7 years ago, the awareness wasn't, from where I came, from Jaffa, wasn't really high. I think that because of a lot of people my age or smaller, now they can't go abroad, do the trips. They don't have what to do. They can't even work. So they say, okay, let's start our degree earlier. So yeah, I think that you can see also this year there is a great increase in the new students.
What is your experience in terms of this increase in the number of students? What do you think there are reasons for that?
Yeah, I think I totally agree with JUANA that a lot of people, first of all, a lot of people don't have other options to do. We know that a lot of people want to go for a trip or to work. We can talk about that Jewish people go to trips after the army, but the Arab students usually study work for 1 year. And now a lot of people and parents contact me and they say, no, my kids can't work. There is nowhere to work. Maybe it's better to go to the university and start studying. But I think also one of the things, I totally agree with JUANA, people are more aware about the importance of having an academic degree. We had all the time this debate about whether you can work or success without. And I think more and more people, even though we think that there is this generation that will be successful and will be able to succeed in life without the academia, a lot of people are noticing that you can do it. Irregular people can do that, but not everyone. And more people want to come to the university and have an academic degree. So I think it's one of the things that, and especially if you come to the best place in Israel, the Hebrew University.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we'll conclude with a round of wishes. What would you wish, hope for in this unusual academic year? What is your expectation from yourself personally, from the institution, from the country, from the world? Make a wish, but be careful. It might, it might come true. I can share with you my wish, not as rector, but as faculty member. I'm doing law, constitutional law. I'm a law professor. And I'm constantly addressed by lawyers, by the media, by others to give advice, to help in all those small aspects of dealing with the political and constitutional crisis that we are in for the last year or so. And from my perspective, I wish that we will be over with this political and constitutional crisis, to be able to return to do research on more abstract, less here and now aspects of our activities. And of course, this will mean that our situation has improved. I think that we are facing challenging times, not only because of the external things that beyond of our control with the COVID-19, but I'm not sure that our government, our institutions sufficiently address the difficulties that we face. We try very hard here at the university to deal with the issues, but it's of course we are part of this environment, and I wish that at least those aspects that are under our control, aspects that has to do with governance and things like that, will be better addressed. Guy, your wish?
Yes. Maybe I have two wishes. First, concerning the country and the university, when you travel around the country, you see a lot of conflicts and dividing lines and violence. And the community and society is very much challenged. We had better times. And I hope for the university that we would be able to maintain or isolate ourselves from
a bubble.
Yes, and maintain this oasis and continue with issues of diversity and mutual assistance, as Chaim mentioned, and maybe be a bit different from many other aspects of the Israeli society. And as the Dean of Students, I hope that at the end of the year we would be able to say that not only that the Hebrew University is the leading academic institution, and not only that we have the best body of students, but we also provided the best support, the best and most effective support to each and every student facing those very difficult times.
Menachem, your wish?
I think in my year we studied together Christian and Muslim and Jewish, religion, not religion. I hope to stay like this and in all of your degree.
Yeah, you feel, I think mainly in the in Karem campus. There is this sense of togetherness, of multiculturalism, of accepting others, disregarding their religion, their affiliation, right?
At the election, we are all friends, no matter what I think or another people think. I hope in my study, I think some people, they are Haredi and they learn in the academy. Even now I not, but I have very connection to my past. And
so you wish that there would be an increase in the number of Haredi students
coming of course. I don't think
they have the ability.
Yeah, they have the ability. If people want, they can finish degree.
JUANA, what are your wishes for this year?
I hope that the academic year will be good. The students will maintain their success and they can have good grades and really study, not only have good grades, but also study in these conditions. And that I will also progress in our...
Your first science paper.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
There's a few on the way, so hopefully that we will be able to also publish them. And in my personal life, actually, I'm supposed to get married in June, but whoever knows what will happen till then.
Mona?
So you and the guy actually touched the issue of the government and the situation, and
politics. Wow.
Politics, yeah, I can't ignore that, especially as a dean of the School of Social Work. And this actually catastrophe just let us realize how bad the situation in Israel in a lot of levels in the education system, and the gaps in the education system, in the health system, in the social system. And I think maybe one thing that we should learn from that, and I hope, you said maybe my wishes will come true, I'm not sure, but I hope that we will learn that we don't need to wait in order to fix all these problems in this, in our all welfare systems and other systems, because we know that one of the major problems that we had now, because we got to this situation not ready, and because of all the gaps that we have in the Israeli society between the privileged and non-privileged and the Arabs and Jews and Haredi society, and all these things just became more and more problematic in this situation. So I think we should learn from that.
Right.
And another thing that I want to say maybe to all of us, that we should learn that we are resilient and we can cope with a lot of challenges and difficulties. And although it was a very challenging year, we had also learned a lot of positive things to do from this period. And we can just take these positive things and do them in regular days after the Corona ends, hopefully soon.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It was really a fascinating discussion. I learned a lot. I think that we all have great hopes of this academic year. And I think that the main wish that we have is that we will be able to meet together here in Jerusalem in next June. Thank you so much.